Happy May 9th, everyone. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. And I am just going to do, that's my Sophie's butt. I'm going to do a little video on one of my passions as of late, and which is succulents. And just pretty much plants overall. And the reason I'm posting this today is because my mother-in-law, Carol Shaver, gave me the most abundant, beautiful, look at this. She gave me so many plants. Look at those things. Can you see them very well? So many beautiful plants and cactus, and I'm just overwhelmed with love. And this was from my son's girlfriend, Kate, and it's a crassula, and I've been wanting one for years, and I'm crazy about it. I just got to transplant it and propagate it and do all that stuff. I have this little teeny one right here I'm going to propagate into a new plant. I just picked some peas. There we go. So that is a succulent she bought me, and it's funny because when I first saw one of these at Home Depot a few months ago, I thought they were that color, and I picked one up of every color, and then I read the tag, and sure enough, it was just paint. So it's growing very quickly. I got it like 2 weeks ago, and it's growing very quickly. All of these plants were in the house, but for some reason they were getting little flies on them, and I cook in my kitchen. So I brought them outside, and since I'm outside 90% of the time these days, I'm really enjoying them outside. So this is a little cutting garden that I have that I've cut from other succulents and put in here, and they're doing very well. Some are even blooming already. This is about 2 weeks old, and you can see babies growing. See those little babies right there? I get so excited about babies. I just love them. I get so excited when I see a new one. So I'm going to pan really fast so you don't see my dirty patio over to these. This is a pride and joy. This thing cost an arm and a leg, and I got to tell you, if it would have died, I would have cried. But I bought it at Home Depot, and I think they have a 1-year guarantee. But this is also a succulent. Look how beautiful that is. In the spring, when the sun was hitting it more here, it was a bright red, and you can still see some red there. But now that my patio, see the patio? Well, that's our screen. It just fell. Our patio is shaded more now, except for in the afternoon. It's turned back green. That's okay with me. And this is an aeonium. I cut a big one off right there, and I'm replanted it, so it's growing roots right now. And these are, I think, are echiverias. I'm not sure. And Clara, that's for you. That is an aloe, and that is an aloe. They were about 2 inches, and I pulled it off of that big, beautiful thing of succulents that Clara had purchased for me. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna think 5 or 6 years ago, and I didn't even know what I had. Like, I wasn't even into that stuff until recently. So I've been propagating from that. That also is from that other thing. And these aloes are doing, I just cut them at the bottom and stuck them in the ground. That's it. I didn't wait for them to grow roots. There's another one. That one had about 15 aloes on there, and I took 3. That's my peas. I have one more pea left, and then I'm going to pick those today, and I think I'm going to put the rest of this into the compost. And that's some more. That right there is from that right there. So it's kind of fun. My dad gave me those too. And they're doing beautifully, and they're also having babies. And look at this. This one's having babies too. Look at all the babies. So when this, whoops, where's my finger? When that right there gets to about the third of the size of the plant, I'm going to cut it off, and I'm going to stick it in some dry soil, and it'll grow roots, and then it'll grow into another great big plant just like that. These are aeoniums too, I believe. And then that I've had here for the last 8 years. Didn't even know it was a succulent until I started to get into succulents, and I saw one on a picture on YouTube, and I thought, I own that. So, and this one, look at that. I bought that at Home Depot too. It doesn't propagate well. That's a crassula right there. Look how pretty that is. And that used to be, this right here, That used to be just that, and it's had all these babies, and then it had 2 more babies way over there. I don't know how. I'm just glad they did. And that is called ogre's ears because it looks like Shrek. Doesn't that kind of look like Shrek? And then I picked more of that stuff that I owned that I didn't know I had. I literally cut the branches, stuck them in the ground, and now they're fully rooted. They're that easy. And there's another one, a tiny, tiny aloe that, once again, I took from that right there as a tiny, tiny baby. It was even smaller than that. I don't think it had 2. I think it was the size of, it was even smaller than that one. I think it was more that size, and it looked like that too. And it grew into that, and then it's going to grow into that. And yes, this is the aloe that you can use for burns. So let me pan really quickly over to my other succulents. I don't know why, but every time I look at these right here, I think of the Flintstones. And I love the Flintstones, so it makes me happy. But they too are having babies. Do you see the babies? See the little babies coming out? And there's more of that aloe. I just kept pulling it from that one plant that Clara got me. And then this right here, this is called elephant bush. I have a gigantic 8-foot bush of it on the other side of my house, and I didn't know it was a succulent. And it's called elephant bush because elephants eat it. And you can pick off a leaf, and literally, I'm eating it right now. Yum. And it tastes kind of citrusy, and in a pinch, you can eat it. Do I like it? Not particularly, but it's okay. I know it's edible, and the dogs can eat it too, and I won't worry about it. This was also in that planter right here that Clara gave me, and I didn't know it was in there. So when I started learning about succulents, I saved it. It was just dying because it wasn't getting the sun that it needed, and they start out green and then they turn this red color when sun hits it, and they're called sedum rubbertinctum or something like that. I'm crazy about them. I can't wait for it to just cascade over the entire bucket here. And these are more echiverias, and that is a it's not an aloe. It's a quadrichlora. I don't know. Not an aloe. What's that? I don't know. I can't remember what they're called. I don't. They're just gorgeous. Isn't it pretty? Look at it. It's just plain old pretty. So, and then this one, oh, it looks like a rose, doesn't it? So does this. This is spiny. This one hurts just a little bit. That looks like a rose. I love succulents, you guys. I love them. And then these are more, I forgot what these are called. And then I have a bunch of babies. This one is, I'm picking off these leaves and then I just lay them in the dry dirt, and then more babies grow on the ends of them. I'll have to show you those in another video. And then look at the babies. Look at all those. When they become a third of the size of the mother plant, pick them off, throw them right into the dirt with no water, nothing, for 2 weeks, and the roots will start to grow, and then I can transplant them. It is fantastic. These I got from Succulent Source in San Diego on mail order. They started out with just 3 leaves, and in a couple of months, I got them in February. Look at them. I'm gonna have to transplant these soon. They get really big, but they are so beautiful. These hurt. I think these are the ones that are really, yeah, those are super spiny. The aloe, on the other hand, watch this. Nothing. They look sharp, but you can totally handle those. So that's good because they really do get used for burns and treatments and stuff like that. So, and then this right here, this started out as a very small plant. This is a mosquito plant. We didn't even know that it flowered. Then I looked it up, and it's just a form of geranium, but it has overtaken this planter. So we're gonna let it go until tomorrow after Mother's Day morning, just to have some pretty background. And then I'm gonna trim it up a lot, and then I'm gonna transplant all of the cuttings into other parts of the garden so I can have more mosquito plant without having to buy them. There's Duke. I say hi, Duke. All right, so that's it for my succulents for right now. I hope you learned something. I hope you try them. Don't go buy them all out from underneath me though. They tend to be a little pricey, and I really like propagating my own, so I don't have to buy any more. From the 50 leaves that fell, or that I picked from other times, from this particular plant, as a matter of fact, because it was getting really big, I have, oh, I wouldn't say 50 off this one. Of the 10 that I picked off this particular plant right here, I have 6 new plants growing from the leaves in another part of the garden. I mean, on a windowsill, that are almost ready to transplant in their own pots. And then some of the other ones that I picked didn't propagate as well. I don't know if I didn't have the right spot for them, or if it just wasn't their time to do it, but I had really good success with, I think that's a Fred Ives, I'm not sure. So anyway, that's it for me in the succulents. I hope you have a great day. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. I'll give you a quick shot of my view this morning. I'm sure the wind is making havoc of that right there. See those little white things? Those are goats. Yeah, I'm so happy to see them every day. They were down low. I wish they would do this hill right here so I could just watch my goat TV. So anyway, that's the guy lives in that trailer, and yeah, it's just beautiful to watch them. I frequently have my binoculars out just to watch them jump all over each other and hop and skip and stuff. So yep, good morning, May 9th. Ciao everybody.